Hi, it's Scott. ROCKFILE back with another podcast review. Let's talk about the 2018 action film, Accident Man. Jesse V. Johnson directed this British movie, and that's pretty much why I never heard of it. Although it did get a release in the United States back in February of 2018, I don't know where I was. Scott Adkins is a rising action star, real martial artist in real life kind of guy. He was the bad guy in the first Doctor Strange movie that had the fight in the hospital, that Doctor Strange killed him with the heart paddles. That was Scott Adkins. He's been in a whole bunch of A-B martial arts movies from around the world, actually. And this was obviously one of those movies, kind of was supposed to catapult him into higher standards. Movie also stars Ray Stevenson, David Palmer, Michael Jai White, Ashley Greene. There's other martial arts and stunt people in this. Turns out that Jesse V. Johnson is a former stuntman who worked on a lot of your favorite movies. And this movie was released by Sony Pictures. The only reason I even own this is because HamiltonBook.com had it. It was under $5, I believe. And I looked it up, and there are very few reviews in the United States. Now, it's at 71% on Rotten Tomatoes and made enough money that they made Accident Man Hitman's Holiday. The sequel came out in October of 2022. I will at some point get a copy of that so I can watch it, because this was actually pretty darn good. Now, Ray Stevenson, who passed away, I think he's been fantastic in everything he's been in, but he really helps make this movie. Scott Adkins is fine as a lead guy, and he can certainly pull off the action scenes. He's fast. He's very, very fast and limber. And being a real martial artist, his moves look accurate. And fighting with some of these other people like Michael Jai White. He's an actor who's also a martial artist and been in a lot of these action movies. The choreography is really good. He also co-wrote the movie with Stu Small. It's based on a book by Pat Mills and Tony Skinner called Accident Man, or maybe it's a comic book. I don't really know what it was based on. But it was like almost cult classic. Like, it has a kind of rhythm and humor to it that you would expect from like a Baby Driver kind of movie from Edgar Wright. You've got quirky characters, and there's actually some funny things. There's a voiceover from Scott Adkins on part of it. He's an assassin. I haven't really talked about the movie. He plays an assassin who specializes in disguising the kills as accidents. And he goes to a club called the Oasis, and he hangs out with all these other people who are kind of wrangled by Ray Stevenson and assigned their jobs by David Palmer. Well, things get more interesting as it goes, and something happens, and of course he's targeted, and then he's got to fight his way out. And while we're introduced to the character in the beginning, we see him do one of his kills as an accident. It's actually funny and quite well done. And then to work out his aggressions from that, he goes to a bar, pays off the two bouncers to walk away, and beats up everybody in the bar. So you kind of get where this is going. He's very much into fist first and talk later, but he's trying to figure out why certain things have happened, and he follows the plot. And the plot's not something that's going to win an Academy Award or anything, but it keeps the movie going. And what really keeps it is performances from the actors like Ray Stevenson, who are giving their all in these characters you've never seen them before, to the guys and gals who play martial artists or assassins in the movie that Accident Man has to fight throughout the movie once he becomes a target. I've watched a lot of action movies recently that weren't quite as good as this, but I kept thinking, man, with a better director, with a better writer, it would just take a little nudge to be so much better. But as the movie went on, I found myself laughing out loud more and more. I don't know if I got used to the humor or the rhythm of it or whatever, but it does get funnier as it goes. There's some really big laugh out loud moments, some deadpan humor that really, once it hits you, is like, I was watching this by myself, laughed out loud. My dogs thought I was weird, but all in all, from beginning to end, you have watched far worse movies on streaming services. Accident Man came out in 2018. Like I said, there's a sequel that came out in 2022. I will watch that soon. I got to say, it was pretty impressive. Scott Adkins is an okay leading man. Ray Stevenson and David Palmer are perfect in the film. Michael Jai White was good in the film. And there is an unrecognizable Ray Park in the film as well. I did not recognize, knew he was going to be in the film, got to the end of the film and had to look up which character he played. Did not look like him. Anyway, if the reason why, in my opinion, as a movie reviewer, why this movie didn't do better, Too many martial arts. Too much martial arts moves it into the martial arts category. It has a hair more martial arts scenes than, say, something like Bullet Train, which stays on the action side of the fence. But some of the martial arts scenes go a little long. When he fights Jane the Ripper. Get it? Actually, she does a great job. Amy Johnson in the movie plays Jane the Ripper, specializes with a sword, does quite well with her scenes. If I have to recommend this movie, it would be to action fans first, martial arts fans first, action fans second, comedy fans third. But it sounds like your cup of tea, and it sounds like, you want to see a kind of knockoff Edgar Wright-esque kind of film, then check it out. Accident Man was actually pretty good, and I can't wait to watch the sequel, actually. It was much better than I expected it to be. A lot of reviews coming up, but this is available on Blu-ray, still available on Amazon, but like I said, Hamilton Book has it for really cheap if they still have a copy of it. I would suggest pick it up if you're a fan of martial arts. The fight choreography is not a lot of that shaky cam, quick edit stuff. It's a more pulled back, and you get to see people actually fighting. Some really great choreography. Some of the fight scenes go a little long, but I'm a big fan of that. So anyway, Accident Man, it's available now on streaming services and a hard copy on Blu-ray. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Thank you for listening. If you could share, subscribe, like, that kind of stuff, it really helps. Have a wonderful day.